You're listening to the Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marcy Persky. In this installment, when your pets ruin your birthday, is it okay to steal their drugs? Also, if you're planning to poison a colleague, here's how not to do it. Happy day after your birthday to you.
Thank you. I have just like a vicious cough that won't go away.
Oh, dear.
Baby was sick. I caught it. Of course, it took him 2 days to get rid of it. And I'm going on a week. And I called my doctor. Said I could be like this for a month. And I'm like, no.
Welcome to late middle age.
Yep.
What is that show with Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda, Grace and Frankie?
Yeah.
I still remember the scene where Jane Fonda is getting ready to go out on a date and she's sitting down on her bed in her underwear preparing to dress, and she looks at her arm and then she looks at the part of your arm that's under your muscle, and she kind of
The bat wing part?
Yeah, the bat wing part, the dead bunny part, and she kind of flicks it. And then you can see her just basically say to herself, oh, the hell with it. And that kind of is emblematic. If Jane Fonda, the fitness queen, can have a dead bunny on the bottom side of her arm, then who am I to complain that I now have my mother's hands?
Oh, and I have my grandson's cough. So
Well,
we're all on.
congratulations, we're even up. So, how was your birthday steak? Did you enjoy it?
Okay. So nothing ever goes as planned around here anyway.
That should be the motto of this show, actually. Forget
know.
about mature talk for immature people. I think we should just change it to nothing ever goes as planned.
I didn't feel well, so I didn't want to go out anywhere.
Okay.
So I said, let's just order in. And there's a certain restaurant in town. Okay. The first time Frankie and I went, it was really, really good. The second time we went, it was garbage.
Ooh.
So for some reason, in my optimistic little pea brain that is apparently getting smaller and smaller as the days go, I said, well, let's try this place again. Because I really, really wanted barbecue. So kids came over, we all ordered. Everybody's dinner was great except mine. Mine sucked. I couldn't eat it. It was so bad. And I was just like, oh my God, this is me. And so then I was thinking.
Wait. Because you're the birthday girl, didn't you then just tax everybody else's good food and say, everybody give me 10% of your good food so I can
I didn't
eat?
like what they had.
Oh, okay.
I'm picky, remember?
That's right.
So, but as I was not eating, as I was saving it for lunch today, I don't know why, but it's still in the fridge, by the way. So as I was not eating my food, I'm thinking, well, at least I have this really great brownie that Kane brought me for my birthday. And it was like wrapped in plastic. No, there was no drugs in it, but it was a brownie
Is your
from a 2-year-old.
Is your grandkid supposed to be putting like drugs in your brownie now? What kind of household
No, I
are you?
just know that you're suspicious about everything. So
Oh,
I wanted
no.
to
Be
let
clear.
you know.
Got it.
There was no baby Tylenol or anything else in there.
Was a brownie just for brownie's sake?
Yeah, but it looked really, really good.
Oh, no.
And I put it up on top of the coffee, on top of the counter where no one could reach it. So later, we're watching TV, and Frankie looks up and Frankie goes, why is the back door open? And I said, I don't know. I didn't open it. Are we missing a dog? Damn Jerry took my brownie off the counter, opened the door by himself like he knows how to do, took my brownie all the way to the very edge of the third of the dog yard acre thing.
Well, he is a dog.
Big yard.
Yeah.
And ate my birthday brownie, and he ate the plastic.
Well, I hope it made him good and sick then.
You know what?
No.
It didn't.
Duh.
And then Belly, the other dog, this is going to be at my Dogs Are Assholes podcast
Okay.
on my birthday.
Okay.
So I was trying to get saltine crackers because I didn't feel well yesterday from swallowing all this junk that I'm coughing up from my lungs,
I don't want to hear
That
that.
paints a lovely picture.
I don't want to hear
Anyway,
that.
so I'm getting saltine crackers, and there was a jar of salsa unopened.
Uh-oh.
And of course, I dropped it. And because we have these clay tile floors, it
Shatters.
just shattered everywhere.
Mm.
So I went to go get paper towels. By the time I had come back, Belly, my other dog,
No,
had eaten all the salsa.
including the glass?
No, she left all the glass for me.
Oh, well,
But
thank
she
God for that. At
she
least
ate a ton of salsa, and I'm
here's
like, oh my God. So I look it up, on Ask Jeeves, and it's supposed to be really toxic for dogs because of garlic and something else. But she never got sick either. Everybody who deserves to get sick is not getting sick, except for me, who doesn't deserve to be sick and is sick.
oh, it's your karma. What did you
And
do?
here's the last story. In honor of my birthday and just being disgusted at getting older, look at my hair.
Uh, it looks a little bit chopped off.
I chopped all my hair off.
You did it yourself?
No, no, no. I went and had it done.
Oh, okay.
I was just tired of looking at it.
Okay.
So my husband didn't notice for a day.
Ooh.
He came home from work. We sat and talked. We had dinner together. We watched TV, all our usual stuff. He didn't notice. So I'm like, I'm not going to say anything till he notices. So the following day, he comes home from work.
Mm.
How's your day? Blah, 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 blah. He gets up to go out to his man cave and feed his cats. And he looked at me and he said, did you get your hair cut? And I said, yeah, about 48 hours ago. And he looks and then he goes, well, I don't like it.
Okay.
And I was just like,
Okay.
you liked it yesterday. You didn't even notice.
I have thoughts about this, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
I like it,
The
though.
fact that your husband doesn't notice the back of your head is the
Well, the
same
front
reason.
too, though.
Yeah, no, the front is cute and the same mostly. But the back, this is the same thing that tells you why he doesn't notice that you have no ass at all. He's totally front focused.
Yeah,
He's
yes.
focused on your face and all the other things that are in front of you. And the very same thing that makes him not care that you have an absolutely flat butt is the reason he doesn't notice that your hair in the back is now several inches above your shoulders. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't think it's inconsistent with his view of you.
That's probably quite true.
There you go.
And he is kind of Captain Oblivious a lot of times.
Not in the front. If you'd
No.
had something else removed, he
No,
would have
right.
noticed
That's true.
right away.
It's true. I still have bangs in the front of my hair, so I guess he
Not what
wouldn't
I was
look at the
talking
back.
about.
But yeah, those are all my tales of woe.
Yeah. Well, it's the tails that he doesn't notice.
Yeah, that's true.
The woe he would notice.
But yes, the dogs both ate poison. They're fine.
I was reading some article about some University of Wisconsin laboratory team where one guy got promoted and his friend did not. And somehow the friend who was presumably jealous just decided he would chloroform his coworker. And here's the weird part. Not only did he put it in his coworker's water bottle, which the coworker detected right away by an unusual smell when he went
Right.
to drink the water and spat it out. He, the alleged poisoner, who actually has admitted, according to the news, his effort to poison, apparently put it in the guy's shoes.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, how do you even do that? Doesn't the guy wear shoes in the lab? Like, how does that happen? Did you just say, here, in honor of your promotion, let me give you a foot massage, and then clandestinely pour chloroform? And apparently, according to the newspaper article that I read, it's supposed to make your feet uncomfortable, itchy. which is the thing that I had absolutely never considered in any way,
or
shape,
a
or form.
foreman.
But who thinks like that? It's one thing to say, I hate this guy, I'm jealous, I'm going to pour chloroform in his water, and I hope he gets very sick or even worse. It's another thing to say, and while I'm at it, while he's dying of chloroform poisoning, I'm going to make his feet itch. How demented is that? It's almost worse than the poisoning. Are you all right over there?
It's Wisconsin.
Oh,
So,
spoken like a
okay,
Michigander.
so when I lived in Chicago,
Yes,
and I had a really bad husband.
you did one of
Who
several
got-
to choose from. You had a couple
Yes,
to choose from.
yes, well, a certain really bad husband.
Which husband was
And
the earlier or the later iteration of bad husband?
the later,
Oh, okay, really bad husband.
yes, heinous husband. We'll call him Double H. So I was really good friends with my mail lady, or post office worker, or whatever you call the person who brings her mail.
Yes, your carrier,
And
I believe they call it your mail carrier.
oh, yeah, I should know that since my daughter is one. But
Yes,
anyway,
right.
so I was friends with my mail carrier just because the hours I worked, I was always home when the mail came,
Mm-hmm.
and we would speak. And she knew about Double H. And one day we're sitting outside, and I had like kids around me and stuff, and we're just all kind of pouty. And she said, "I know how you can get rid of him without anyone knowing."
No.
Yes. And she told me to put whiteout in his coffee and said that was lethal. I didn't do it, of course, so I don't know if that's
This was
true.
before Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, we only had those little trash 80 computers.
Yeah, you
where
had no
could
way of
just see
finding
one
out.
line at a time.
Where the heck did she even get this bizarro information? I don't even think this was they wouldn't have put something like that in the Weekly World News because half their readers would go ahead and try it on
No,
somebody.
plus the Weekly World News back then was more about who's an alien,
Yeah.
who's real. No, she told me that. And I keep forgetting to look it up to see if that's true or not. And now we'll have all our listeners look it up.
Yes, I think we're up to 10 or 12. All of our listeners, we have an assignment for you because we're too lazy to simply Google it. Ways to poison your spouse. I thought she was going to tell you to kill him some way, somehow, cut him up in little pieces, and she would pick a bit of it up every day and mail it for you.
With little paper cuts.
Yeah, 1,000
No,
paper
she said
cuts.
put whiteout in his coffee. Your Wisconsin story reminded me of
I
that.
almost hate to say try it on your dog first, but I'm
My dogs apparently have iron guts.
and we would never.
No.
Besides, they don't drink coffee.
Oh, yeah, one more dog story.
Yes.
We quit. So Butters, the dog that used to be my dog, but
Yes.
is now my kid's dog, he's the one that ate everything in the house. Okay, well, now he's a good dog, but he has been jumping their 7-foot fence
Ooh,
to come over to my house. And yesterday, on my birthday, of all days in the world, they tried to block him. So they put a whole bunch of stuff up there. Obviously, it didn't stop him. So he jumps over. Eve says, "There's something wrong with Butters. I think he's dying." And I'm like, "What?" And she said, "Butters isn't moving." And I said, "Well, take him some water and some food." He ate and he drank. So I said, "Okay, he's not dying." She thought his back was broken.
from jumping over the 7-foot fence?
Yeah.
Mm.
So our vet was in surgery all day. So he saw us after hours. We had to wait. And I was just thinking, Butters, if you ruin my birthday by dying, I'm going to kill you.
It's amazing how small your world gets on your birthday.
It really does. I take things really seriously.
On your birthday.
Personally.
Yes.
Yeah, just because it's my birthday. His back's not broken. He strained his hips.
Oh.
So he has drugs and I
You're
have
going to
a
go
big
over
back
there
bill.
for your birthday. You're going to go, I'm entitled to these drugs.
drugs. Yeah.
You can get better all by yourself, Butters.
Now, see, that's something else I gotta ask Jeeves. Are dog tranquilizers good for humans?
Frequently, but not always.
Yeah, he's got pain pills and tranquilizers.
What do you want first?
I just want to sleep without coughing. That's what I want to do.
Okay, well, I will say then, happy belated birthday to you, and be glad I'm not
you.
singing again. And I hope that you can get through the next few days without raiding the dog's tranquilizer stash.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good
I
luck.
just want my brownie back.
Well, your beloved Frankie's going to hear this, and he's going to stop off on the way home and get you a beautiful, beautiful brownie.
Yes.
Of course he will.
I'm sure he will.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. It's clear you like listening to things, so you might enjoy the audio version of my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air. I read the entire darn thing myself. You can download it from Audible. It's not free like the podcast, though, so if you're thrifty, like me, you may still want your public library to order the printed version.